What is going on, everybody? Been a little while since we've done any kind of video, and I'm sitting here in the shop tonight. I just got done a couple days ago building this reloading bench to my left, and I've been working on setting presses up and getting brass sorted that I've been shooting for the last few months, and getting ready to get back into hardcore reloading here. I built a 14-foot reloading bench. To my right, there's going to be one more of these shelves. It's going to sit right here behind me. Other side of the camera, there's going to be a big gun rack. This whole upstairs area of my shop is going to become kind of gun central here for the Shooter's Apprentice headquarters, I guess. But I'm sitting here, and I just got kind of tired of standing there sorting brass and sitting here smoking a good cigar, and got to thinking that I haven't done a video in a while, and I just picked up a couple pretty cool toys, so I thought it might be fun to kind of get here and show you guys, or get on here and show you guys what I got going here. So this is going to be an unedited video. This is just hanging out. So you guys let me know if you like seeing this kind of content or not. There's going to be zero editing on this video. We're just going to film it and put it on YouTube. So I was in my local gun shop the other day, and with us living as far away from the big town, we have two gun stores in Delta. Technically, we have Granite View Sports, and we have a Three Bears that has a kind of an outpost. I didn't do a whole lot of gun buying from either one of those. Granite View just doesn't usually kind of have the things that I like. They don't have a whole lot of used guns. They don't have more into high dollar tactical stuff, which is fine. That's just not what I'm into. And then Three Bears, the grocery store, they just kind of have some basic like cheapo plastic stuff and a couple revolvers, but nothing used. Decent prices on ammo. But whenever I come up here to the big city, I always like to wander. There's Iron and Wood, there's Alaska Ammo, there's a few good gun stores that have big racks full of used guns. That's what I love to go through. And I walked into Alaska Ammo the other day, one of the stores I frequent, and in the back behind their pistol case, they've had kind of a folding table that has kind of some of their deals on it lately. I walked in there, and right off the bat, I spotted, I believe it was this one. Nope, that's the wrong one. Let me grab the correct one here. I thought of this guy. And this is a 1969 Ruger old model Blackhawk 3-screw 357. And this is a 4 5/8 inch barrel. And these are a little bit hard to find with 4 5/8 inch barrels unconverted. And I've been kind of looking for one like this. This gun is in really nice shape. It's got some bluing wear. It's got some very typical Alaska rough spots right here on the front of the top strap, but very typical for up here in Alaska. It's common to see them on the corners like that, and on the sides of the cylinders. And I saw this, and they were asking, in my opinion, a little bit too much for it, but I got them to come down a little bit, and decided that I'd go ahead and buy it. And I was doing the paperwork on it, kind of waiting for them there for a minute, and I noticed this other one in the bottom of the case. Remember, I noticed that one right off the bat as soon as I walked in the store. And I didn't have a chance to really look through the cases. So, I'd already decided to buy that one, and I found this one. And this one is a 1971 Ruger 3-screw. They're both humpbacks. Neither one of them is a flat top. They're not old enough for that. Now, this one's got quite a bit more bluing wear. On the sides of the cylinders, like I was talking about, it's got just a little bit of rust here on the side of the cylinders. Very common from sitting in gun cases and that kind of stuff. So I saw this one. And I asked them what they do if they made me a package deal. Now, this gun is quite a bit more worn than the other one is. And I asked them what they would do, what kind of package deal they would make me. And they made me what I thought was a decent deal. And since I've been looking for so long for a 4 5/8 inch, and I'm getting to the point where I'd really like to have a custom built on a medium frame, because that's what's really cool about for those of you who don't know, the 3-screw Rugers 357s are actually smaller framed than the new model. New models are all built on the 44 frames. I have a new model, let's see here. There's a new model Blackhawk 45 Colt. And I don't know if this will show up on camera, but you can see that is quite a bit larger framed. So all the new models are built on that larger 44, the Super Blackhawk frame. We're smoking a Silent 13, pretty good cigar. So, anyway, that started originally with this is a early 5-digit serial number, 21,000 range, 44 mag flat top, 3-screw. As you notice, it is larger framed. So originally, Ruger was going to put the 44 mag on this frame, and Elmer Keith told them, "Don't do that. You're going to blow them up." And they did some more testing, and sure enough, they blew a couple of them up. So they made the frames a little bigger, and they came out with the 44 Magnum flat top. The 357s stayed on this medium frame. And then when they went to the new model in, I believe, 1973, they just made one frame size. They went with the larger 44 frame size, and all the new models are larger frame size. So these older Ruger, the 357s, are pretty close to the same size as a Colt Peacemaker. Now, this is not a Colt Peacemaker. I don't have Peacemaker money. This is a Pieta 357 4 5/8 inch barreled 357. As we can see, they're very, very similar sized. So I've been looking for one of these 4 5/8 inch barreled Ruger 3-screws for quite some time. So I asked what they do if I bought both of them. They're like, "Yeah, I'll sell you both of them." They said they put a price out there. I was still a little more than I wanted to spend, but not terrible. And while I was waiting for them to do the paperwork, I was just, sitting here fiddling with this one, fondling it, and I did what we would do, and I pulled the cylinder out, and what do you know, the back of the cylinder is marked 402. Now, the last three of the serial number on this gun is 402. Now, Ruger did not serial numberize the cylinders unless they were a convertible. So I asked the guy, I was like, "Hey, this is a convertible. Did you happen to get the extra cylinder with it?" And he's one of the guys who's like, "Oh yeah, I think we did get the cylinder in a box for that." And he went in the back. They spent an hour. They couldn't find the cylinder. So they dropped the price quite a bit more because of that. Like I was bummed about it. Once I realized it was a convertible and that it didn't have the cylinder, it really bummed me out. So today I went back in there and I asked them if they'd found that cylinder in box yet. No, they hadn't. And while I was in there, one of the guys actually found it. So the cylinder in the gun currently is the 9mm cylinder that they found today. This is the original 357 cylinder. And same thing, it's got some very light rust on the outside of the cylinder. It's very common up here in Alaska to see, riding in holsters and that kind of stuff, they get wet. So this is now the first old model 3-screw that I've owned that is a convertible. And I have fired it with both cylinders. This gun quickly became my favorite out of the two. It's a lot slicker than the other one. It's a little bit more accurate. The forcing cone on this one's a lot nicer. I think that accounts for why it's more accurate. I'm kind of thinking that this gun at one point was worked over by somebody who knew what they were doing with single action Rugers. And this is a very, very nice revolver. I'm super happy to have this in my collection. And I ended up getting both of these for about what I feel the convertible is worth. If it was in really good shape. This one's not in super good shape, but it's for as much as I shoot, and I wouldn't say I'm hard on my guns, but I'm not a safe clean guy either. So this gun is perfect for me. This is a really nice shooter grade Ruger 3-screw. Now this is actually my third Ruger 3-screw 357. Let's go ahead and set this guy over here. Where's my other one at? So I have right here. This one is another fairly early. I believe this one's a 1957. I believe the 44 is a 1956. This one's a 1957. This was the first 3-screw I ever bought. This one is also just a 357. It's not a convertible. I'm pretty sure the cylinder is not marked on this one. I know it's not on the other short barrel one, just the convertible one. Yeah, the cylinder is not marked on this one, so this was not a factory convertible. It's just a Ruger old model 357. It's a Great revolver. Very, very accurate revolver. Really, really nice revolver. I bought this one because there's a man in my life who has been kind of like a father to me, and he has just identical guns. As a matter of fact, his gun and this one are only a couple digits off in the serial number. And I wanted one with a 6.5 inch barrel to have like Henry's. But I'm not a big fan of 6.5 inch barrel. I used to really like 5.5 inch back in the day. I really thought the 5.5 inch guns were the way to go. This was one of the first Ruger single actions I bought. This is a 45 Colt 45 ACP convertible. This is a new model. These grips, interestingly enough, are 1970s era Eagle Stags, and I'm kind of thinking those might end up on that convertible 357. I've never really been super happy with the way they fit that 45 Colt. But anyway, I've come to really prefer the 4 5/8 inch barreled guns. But nonetheless, this is a beautiful 3-screw Ruger. Really nice shape. Almost no drag mark on it. Quite a bit of bluing wear. Again, super common to see bluing wear, but not a lot of drag mark on these old Rugers. Really good shooter. I just don't carry it or really use it as much as I would like to. And then I've got a couple other. This is that 44 Magnum again. This gun is very well worn. Significant drag mark. This gun was shot and loved a lot. I got a really good deal on this gun. I think I gave $400 for this gun, which for a first or second year, depending on who you ask, they started making these flat top 44s in either 55 or 56. This one was built in 56. So depending on who you ask, this could be a first year production. Really good cigar. Anyway, I got a really good deal on this one just because of how worn it is. This is a really nice pistol. When I bought this gun, it had a set of old Harris shooting stars on it, which were these big bulky things. They filled up this gap here by the trigger guard. This gun is actually a XR3 grip frame. All the newer ones are XR3s. In 1962, I believe, they went to the XR3 grip frame, which all of the newer guns have. All the way up until now, they use that XR3 grip frame. This is an XR3 red grip frame. This one's an XR3. This is an early one. This grip frame is styled a lot more like the Colt grip frames. If you compare it to the Colt, it's very, very, very similar in shape to a 73 Colt. Where if we compare that to a new model, just the angle's different. The new models are a little bigger. This is another gun I really like. Super accurate. Really good gun. This gun is getting to the point, like, right, if you look at it right here, if I just cock it until it just cocks, it's not actually locking up. Right there, it just cocks, and I have to spin it a little bit. Now, if I overextend the hammer, like that, it will lock up. But you're not supposed to have to overextend the hammer like that to get them to lock. So this gun is pretty right on the verge of being out of time. It's obviously been shot a lot. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with this gun. I want to have it retimed. I am considering having it reblued and cut down to 4 5/8. This gun surprisingly doesn't have any rust on it. Just a lot of bluing wear. So there's 4 of my old Model 3 screws. The only other one I have currently is... Where are you at? Right here. This is another old Model 3 screw. This one is a 22 long rifle. This is a single 6. This is a... I believe this one was a 1959 model. It's not a convertible. It's not stamped as a convertible. A lot of them were. This one was not. This one was just a 22. Really fine old gun. This one's actually in really great shape. It's got the original brown plastic grips on it. It's a really nice pistol. Really good shape. A lot of fun to shoot. I don't really use it that much. One issue with this gun is that it was dry fired quite a bit, or at least shot enough that it has started to have, I don't know if the cylinder would come out. What am I doing wrong here? Why are you not wanting to come out, cylinder? Well, anyway, I'll deal with that later. Anyway, you wouldn't be able to see it on the camera anyway. But, from it being a rimfire, it's got some slight, damage to the face of the cylinder, to where it makes loaded cartridges go in pretty easily, but it does have kind of a hard time extracting. So I need to, get that reamed or peened back in correctly to get the chambers back in good shape on that one. But, this one here might be my favorite so far. Out of the 3 screws that I have, I'm not a huge 357 guy. I prefer big bores, but I think that this convertible might be my favorite out of the bunch so far. And this gun, the flat top would be my second favorite. It'd be a tough choice between this one and that flat top 44. If the flat top was a 4 5/8, it would be the favorite. But really happy to have this in my collection. But anyway, just figured I'd do a quick video here and just kind of show off. Like I said, I was just sitting here in the shop working. I got to go to Prudhoe Bay tomorrow. But just sitting here in the shop this evening, working on setting stuff up, and wanted to sit down for a minute and figured I hadn't put a video out in a while. So if you guys like this video, just kind of hanging out and talking about some of my cool guns, let me know. We can do more videos like that, or like this. And if you guys didn't like the video, let me know. We can try to figure out something that works better. But in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. You guys have a great rest of your day. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.